Hey guys, welcome back to Indirect Knowledge. This is Chandra. Welcome back to the channel. So tonight we have another tarot card reading, and this one is for Sue. Now, Sue reached out to me. She had 4 questions that was sort of weighing on her mind, and she said it'd be a little bit difficult just to ask one question, and I can get that. I empathize. Oftentimes, it is hard for someone to kind of narrow down kind of where the focus is or what they want to focus on. So what I like to do in this kind of a situation is just kind of do an overall general reading. And then if Sue, if you have a question or something that you would like to get more specific on, or if you just like to get some more perspective on something, feel free to reach out to me, and I can help you with that. So, but I think a good thing to do would be just to do an overall reading for you. That's kind of what I was intuitively picking up. So I think we'll honor that tonight. And then, we can connect, of course, deeper later. So I've been shuffling these cards, and I just went ahead and I cut the deck. I'm going to do a general reading for you. It's going to start with the past, and we're going to look at the present situation. Then we're going to look at the immediate future, which is going to be about 3 months out, and I'm calibrated to that, so I can give you some perspective a little bit later on with regard to that. We'll look at kind of where the answer, the key to this whole situation is, this reading. And then we'll look at really where the energy is surrounding the current moment, your energy surrounding the current moment, and then we'll look at the outcome, see what the outcome is for you. So kind of a nice little thing to do. So let's get started. So the first card that we have is the 7 of Swords. Now, the interesting thing is for people that have had a lot of tarot card readings or they're into tarot, sometimes they have their own way of looking at the cards, and that's perfectly fine. This is most often referred to as sort of the thief in the night. And this is the person that leaves and kind of leaves a few things behind, but they're trying to get out of Dodge, so to speak. But in reality, for me personally, like, this card is really about going it alone. So in the past, it was sort of about going it alone. The reason I feel that way is because the 7 in numerology is really about kind of spirituality. It's sort of that internal, where we're just kind of doing things, from a spiritual bend, or from a meditation or individual kind of looking at things kind of in our own way. So in that way, it sort of does kind of lean into this whole concept or idea of just kind of going it alone, kind of doing our own thing. Sometimes, though, this card also relates to betrayal, deception, broken vows, broken promises, that kind of thing. Sometimes we think we're safe and undiscovered, but the reality is that, the truth always comes out. And so sometimes this card is about kind of hiding from that truth, so that whatever is really going on that we don't want people to find out about, we're hoping or wishing or praying that that's not going to be the case. That was the past. In the current moment, though, we have the 3 of Swords. 3 of Swords, this particular card, we see the heart, we see 3s. Now, 3s, depending on what they are, this is really about the mind. So it's about bringing other things into mind other than just, 2 people, per se. So this is a more betrayal. When we see this card, it's about painful rejection. It's sort of like you've made a decision. Now you've got to live with the loss that comes with that decision. Again, it can mean betrayal, brings to light what you may have maybe been blinded about, especially like with regard to maybe the 2 of Swords. So we have swords going on in this reading so far. We have the past swords, mental things going on in the mind. And now we have the 3 of Swords, also mental things going on in the mind. We see rain in this, so it's kind of downtrodden. It's kind of a depressing sort of place to be. And then we have the near future and all, which is quite the opposite. It's actually the 4 of Wands. So Wands are about creative energy. It's when you get to the 4 of Wands, it's normally about the celebration. It's about celebratory things. Some people think of this as sort of the wedding card. It's about, new beginnings, fresh starts. The 4s also indicate sort of like a table where it's about stability and keeping everything on all 4s. This is sort of like the first taste of success. So you're going to start to see some success. Now I'm calibrated to about 3 months out. I'm picking up about 2.5 months is when you're going to start to see this start to unfold. This is sort of the initial go ahead of an idea that starts to take take wings, take birth. So this is a time of celebration. So it's a good time. The answer to all of this, kind of the key that unlocks the door, is the Seven of Pentacles. That's this card right here. You see this person taking a break from doing some hard work. It's about like cultivating things. The harvest is coming in, and now this person is a little bit idle, and that being inert sometimes causes loss, because it's like, this is a time that we really need to just be really working, taking care of business, doing things that we need to be doing. But it's almost like we're kind of burned out, or things just haven't been really going our way, and so it's sort of like there's just hesitation or this emotional kind of state within us that causes us to just kind of want to pause, or just kind of. So we start thinking or evaluating different results that we've been having. Then we start to see in our mind, is it really worth the reward of everything that we've been going through and everything? So don't let the past be wasted because of pausing or because of putting a halt on things. Now is the time for action in that. And that's really the energy that's going around with this broken heart card that we have, the Three of Swords. The energy surrounding this Three of Swords is right now, it's the Two of Wands. So Two of Wands, we have two decisions here, and this is about two actions that we can take. Do we take a more traditional approach? Do we take a more modern approach? What is it that we're really wanting to do? And so we're wrestling that in our mind. We're trying to come up with these decisions that we need to make, and that's really what that card's all about. And that's what's going on with this broken heart. Like, what is the next step that we make? Do we go with things that are more traditional? In other words, things that we've tried, patterns that we've had in the past, or do we try to maybe go and do something altogether different? Try that. Then we have really where you're at. This is the answer card, or this is the card that really, it brings out things within us. It's kind of like our attitude about things, or our identity about things. It's the Lovers. Okay. That's kind of like what you would like to see as things going on. The Lovers is where, that's where vows are made. It's the consequence of some kind of decision having to be made. Lack of a decision is also a decision. So whether we decide to partner up and go it together, there's some give and take that's necessary with that, or we decide to forgo the partnership or forgo being together and stuff, and then just kind of going it alone, like we have in the past that we saw with the first card in this tarot. Then if that seems to be the pattern that repeats itself, there's also consequences that go along with that. There's giving up either way. So love is a sacrifice. It's where something is gained for something that is forfeited. And this particular card, the Lovers, is really all about choices. So the choices are in your hand. It's just, how do you want to handle it? And the final card that we have in the reading and all is really the outcome to all of this. And for you, that is the Six of Wands. So we had those other wands before, the Four of Wands. We had the Two of Wands. Pardon me. Forgive me. This is the Six of Wands right here. The Six of Wands is about victory. This is the victory card. You've been faced with a lot of highs. You've been faced with a lot of lows. And that's what this whole reading is all about. We saw that from the beginning. We had the mental, and I don't want to say escaping reality or escaping, but it's more going it alone, walking away, taking our own path. And then it's like we gave into love, and then there's the betrayal of that. Then we have, in the near future, about 2.5 months from now, you've got this Four of Wands. That's going to be a very stable time in your life. And it's one of jubilation and happiness. And it's a time of celebration, really. And then we have the answer to this card here, this victory card and all. And it's this card of stopping and enjoying, what you've got, but not stopping too much. You don't want to be too idle. You don't want to be too inert, because, if you do that, then moving forward will be, not as swift or not as, forthcoming as you would like it to be. making decisions comes down to, do we take a more traditional approach? Do we take a more modern approach? And then the lovers, we talked about the lovers. Lovers is about deciding, do we go with a partnership? Do we go it alone? And then finally, we have the victory of everything. So very positive reading for you. It's basically showing and telling you that, even though you may have struggled with some betrayal or some hard times in the past, that in the near future, about 2.5 months from now, things are going to really turn around for you. There's going to be a huge turnaround in love and money and in things of the mind. You notice, like, once we got past the current moment, the sword stopped. That's all the mental stuff. That's that monkey chatter that goes on in the brain, that stuff that depresses us or causes us to, just feel very, ill at ease. Then we start to really get into wands. It's all about creativity. And the wands carry us up through the entire rest of the reading. We had the 4 of wands, we had the 7 of wands, we had the 2 of wands, we had the lovers, but then we also have the 6 of wands. So we're starting to see all these wands start to move in that direction. Wands are about action. It's really about, creativity in that and putting these things out there. So anyways, I hope that this has shed some light on things for you. I pick up some really positive things happening for you in about 2.5 months from now. I see a car or something like that. I'm not sure exactly. I'm picking up some kind of a white vehicle or something like that. And I see you getting out of that vehicle and all, and I see like a sign or something like that to the right of you. Not sure exactly what that means, but I do see you happy. I see an unfolding of happiness that's coming around you and all. Of course, there's sunshine, and I'm picking up just kind of like an old feeling or something traditional or something about this. I mean, almost kind of like I don't even know. It's like a drive-in movie theater or something kind of feel, but something like, or historic, something along those lines. Don't know. But anyways, I just thought I'd throw that out there. That's something that I was just picking up. Definitely let me know how things go for you on this. If you want to get follow-up question or anything like that, by all means, feel welcome to do that. And let us know how things go for you. As your tarot coach, I'm always here for you. Of course, if you guys like the video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, hit the bell notification if you haven't already, and then every time we come on and do these live streams, which happen quite regularly, fairly frequently, you can get some perspective on that. As a monk, we take a vow of poverty. We more or less live on donations or, the sustenance of others or how other people help us. So if you'd like to contribute to our work and what we do to help humanity and spread love for God, you're more than welcome to donate. You don't have to. If it's not in your heart, don't. But if it is in your heart and you'd like to, you can go to helpbydonating.com. That'll be in the description below this video as well. But helpbydonating.com. Everything that you give is appreciated. Much thanks, much love to all of you guys out there. And I will see you guys on the next episode of Indirect Knowledge. Thanks a lot.